guys, welcome back to my channel. If you're new, welcome, and if you're not, thanks for staying. Oh guys, we are 570 something subscribers. Am I a YouTuber or something? What the heck? Thank you so much. I don't know when I'm going to upload this, but depending on the schedule, I'm currently not in South Korea right now. I came back home about 2.5 weeks ago or so, and yeah, I'm here for a bit and I'm figuring life out. I mean, I still have my place in South Korea, and then I will eventually go back because I loved it there and I'm not done with it yet. But in the meantime, I'm back home. It's been nice seeing my family, but let's talk about what we're here for: dating in Korea. You want to date in Korea? You come to the right place. Yeah, I'm gonna talk about dating in Korea because I know you guys are, twirling your fingers, dreaming about the chaebol and the drama you just watched, and you're like, damn, let me book a ticket to South Korea right now. Halt. Stop. Hachima. Don't do that unless you are mentally prepared for the for the mess that will ensue. I'm kidding, it's not that bad, but it's not like crazy good either. So before we start, let's first talk about what Korean dating is like for Korean people, okay? And like what their mindset, like where they're at. So with Korean people, if a Korean man and woman want to get together or start dating, there are a few options. The most popular one that I've seen or heard about is sogeting, which essentially is like blind dates set up through friends of friends. Okay, that's like the number one way young Korean people date. Beyond like meeting in high school, which they did not have the time for. They're in school till 10 p.m. Beyond like young love, like if you are in like university or like you're a young worker, that's like the bread and butter of Korean dating life. They meet through friend of a friend's, blind dating, and eventually they get married by the time they like turn 30, and then like that's how it is. So apps are still a bit taboo. I've seen ads for Tinder and stuff on the subway, but it's still quite new. Like I feel like the West is very much used to dating apps. Like you can find your wife, husband, significant other on a dating app like no one bats an eye. But in Korea, it's still kind of new. If you're looking for just like a casual thing, hookup, Korean people turn to apps, but they also have like designated like events or like hunting bars, and it's literally called hunting because you're on the hunt for like a casual thing, a hookup on one night. So there are designated spaces where you go and hunt, and like expats, foreigners do go to these hunting events or hunting bars as well, but that's also another option. But if you are an exchange student, English teacher, something along those lines, you're new to Korea, you most likely will download Tinder, will download Bumble, Hinge, OkCupid Korea, and Meef.
I'm in the ghetto. Ra-ta-ta-ta. Ra-ta-ta-ta.
Even if you don't know what Meef is, just listen to me. Listen to me. You have a bright future ahead of you. Don't download Meef. Meef is hell's belly in terms of dating apps, okay? If you want to catch something and have a good time, yeah, download Meef, okay? I want you. In these dating apps, you will find guys that sort of deviate from like typical Korean dating standards, okay? They are usually not looking for something very serious. Some are, but it's very it's very difficult to find. You have to really go through a lot of frogs to find your prince on a dating app, in Korea at least. And a lot of them are married, a lot of them are already in relationships or already in long-term relationships. Some are looking for specific sexual things. I don't know how to explain that, but like for example, like no, I don't want to expose anyone, but like they're looking for a specific itch to be scratched, for lack of a better term. And so that's what you're dealing with when you go onto these apps. So I got my little butt to Korea, and dating wasn't really on my radar at first. Like on my radar at first was settling in, going to as many museums, learning more about the culture, taking Korean classes, meeting friends, having a good time, taking in all the scenery, delicious food. Like dating was not on my radar until like maybe by Christmas. Literally, yeah, by December-ish. I got there in October, maybe like December, January, then I like started dating. But dating was not on my radar because I don't know, I didn't want to until I was like, yeah, I want to give it a go. And I only had that epiphany because of couple culture. Oh my frigging days. Couple culture in Korea will have you crying yourself to sleep, questioning your own self-worth, okay? Because it is so evident in so many things, to the point where like some establishments, some restaurants, some places won't allow you to go in unless you are in a pair.
Miss your mom?
No.
No? Oh, don't.
So it definitely will have you being like, dang, like I'm single as hell. And it's very rare for me to have that experience, just because I've been single for quite a while. And like, I just, I live my life. I see my friends. I get into my hobbies. I upload YouTube videos. I'm fairly content, in my singlehood. But something about couple culture in Korea had my heart falling in love with, yeah. Like I wanted to go on a date. I wanted to experience what they're experiencing, because it was just so cute to see. Like some of them had little matching outfits. Some of them, I don't know, the guys were just really sweet and just very like gentlemen, like, like they're carrying the girls' purses and the girl's just happy. She's just, in her own little bubble with the flowers she received that morning. Ugh, they're so cute. The PDA was very gentle, very subtle. And I'm not talking about just like young couples. I'm talking about all stages of life, teen, young, newly married, old couples, like, ooh, some interactions. And so I was seeing a lot of that, and I was like, dang, I want to experience that too, a little bit. So yeah, I got myself on an app. Mistake number one. I was on Meef and Tinder. And I got hits. Baby, I got hits. We got matches and matches and matches. We got hits. We got likes. But for all the wrong reasons. The amount of requests I got for anything remotely like dominatrix stuff, y'all, like, okay, it flattered me a little bit, because I was like, dang, like if I was into the stuff, I would make a bag. I'd be rich. Esther the dominatrix, she'd have a bag, okay? She'd have a bag. But it was very much that, okay? And like, did I expect it? To an extent, yes, because I'm not. Okay, because their dating experience is very, very different. Yes, they have their own nonsense they have to deal with. Like, I've heard of the term riding the white horse. Ooh, that's problematic. Yes, they have to deal with their own stuff, but it's not the same. When you're black and you're dating, when you're black, when you're black, specifically a black woman dating in Korea, you will be met with guys that just see you as a young Jezebel. Okay, you're Beyonce, you're Megan Thee Stallion. All you do in life is twerk and bring hip-hop vibes. If you're not a hip-hop vibe, what are you doing, If you're not throwing it back in a circle, what are we really doing here? Some guys, that's literally all they see. So imagine that like mindset, like that's all they have from American media, I guess. And then that seeps into your dating experience. Hello. So yeah, so there were definitely dates where the guys were like, yeah, I'm not gonna waste time. We had this lovely dinner because they always start off sweet, right? They always start off like, wow, you're beautiful, I wanna get to know you, blah blah blah. But by date 2, they're like, okay, throw back. I booked us a hotel for 2 hours. Let's go. Your place or mine? Cause someone's back is getting cracked tonight.
Because I like Beyonce.
Oh, you like?
Yeah, like that. They're very good body. They have good body. Yeah, big boob and.
Sorry to burst your bubble. That's very much the experience on these apps. Really, like as a foreigner dating in Korea, your only options are like apps or going out and doing activities, which I highly recommend. Live life, go out to cafes alone, bring a book, go to Han River, walk along Han River. People have approached me at Han River so many times. So walk along the river, grab a book, go to a cafe, work on something, bring your laptop, work on something, look cute. Things happen when you're just living life. Things happen. Join an activity, go to the gym, go to language exchange events. Let's talk about pros of dating in Korea. When a Korean guy does like you, they are super sweet. Like, I don't want to be iffy and say it's like a drama, but like if they do really like you, you have your little drama moments. I don't even lie. You have your drama. You do have your drama moments where it's like, you know, like they'll carry your bag and like they'll get you flowers and they'll just make sure you're good. Like I had one guy that I was seeing and I was really sick and like we hadn't even met yet. We were just like chatting, talking, sending each other voice notes. We hadn't even met yet. And I was really, really sick one day. And I was like, yeah, it kind of sucks. Like you're all alone in a country and you have to fend for yourself kind of thing. And he was like, no, you're not alone. You have me. And he sent me a bunch of food. He got food delivered to my house. And that was really sweet. Bare minimum. But like he didn't have to do that. We hadn't even met. I'm a romantic girly. So I really like cute little gestures. They might mean nothing to other girls, but I eat that stuff up, okay? Eat it up. When they carry my purse, like if we have to take our, I don't know, it's just cute. See, I like the little things. And again, you can experience that anywhere in the world, but I feel like with Korean guys, it's slightly different. It's the gentleman stuff is like very cutesy, okay? That's all I can say. Those are the pros. Another pro is, I guess, learning about each other's culture through just chatting, getting to know each other, learning the language much faster, because again you have the freedom to be like, hey, I don't get this, like what does this mean, or how can I say this better, and you just learn the language a lot faster. I think experiencing new locations, new places, because in Korea, like any other country, you have your touristy spots where all the tourists go to know about. But if you have Korean friends or you're in a relationship with a Korean person, you more than likely are going to go to spots where you don't typically find foreigners or a lot of tourists. So that's really neat. Korean guys just have a different way of showing that, and it's sweeter and it's cute and it's more romantic, but it's very much if they like you. If they don't like you or if they just see you as a conquest, that stuff ends by day 2. Yeah, so please remove that image and don't, because I know Korean men are kind of, I don't like to say this, but Korean men are like trending right now, like with K-dramas, K-pop. Don't die for a man, like don't travel for a man, don't die for a man, don't do all of that just to say you are dating a Korean man. Stay safe. Stay safe. Oh my days. Meaning like if you're gonna get intimate, because sex ed not a thing. All in all, 50-50 experience. Some were very great and some were very weird and traumatic. Like one guy was like, yeah, you probably just want to make out with me, whatever, like buy me my coffee. And I was like, sir, what? And he was like, yeah, buy my coffee. You wanted to be on a date with a Korean man, buy me my coffee. Some had the audacity. And I ended up buying his coffee only because I like didn't see him like the week before or something. I double scheduled or something, and so I couldn't see him, and I was like, I'm sorry I did this, can we see each other next week instead? So he was like, yeah. And then when we were on the date, he was like, basically, you didn't make the time to see me. So in Korean culture, since you like didn't see me the last time, like it's on you to like pay for my coffee, and like you've always wanted to see me, right? So you wanted to see me, I'm here, therefore you have to pay for my coffee. And I was like, internally in my head, I was like, I'm never seeing this man again. But since he kept insisting, I paid for his coffee and I never saw him again. He kept calling and kept wondering what the frick happened. And I was like, I told you I wasn't going to do backflips for you. What did you expect? So things like that. You'll come across things like that sometimes. Or like, yeah, guys that just want to get in your pants. That's many story times. I went on a date with this really, he was so handsome. Oh my god. He was like 6'8", and he was like just done work, so he was still in his suit. So I went on a date with him and I was like, he is gorgeous. Like I'm folding a little bit, I won't even lie. And we went to this really fancy like Japanese restaurant, and you know, we had our meal, whatever. And like they do this thing, girlies, if you go on a date in Korea, sometimes the guy will just order for you. Speak up if you don't want that to happen, but sometimes they'll just order for you and you're like, what if you don't know what I like, or like what if I have allergies or something? So but I was fine with the stuff he ordered. So he was very like in the moment, very masculine, very like, I'll order, like, don't worry, Oppa will order it for you. He was very like, he was just oozing confidence and charm. But that charm came to a halt because by the end of the day, he was like, Esther, I can't wait to grab your boobs. He was doing so well. But then he said that just like out there casually, like, I can't wait to grab them. And I was like, excuse me? And he was like, yeah, what did you think this was? Some of them have the audacity because they think like, oh, a little foreigner girl coming to Korea. Like, don't think that they're dumb. They're not dumb. They know what they're doing. So please be mindful. And I was like, no, you're not. We don't. Okay, that's it. And then because nothing further happened, he let me go. He ghosted me. He was like, yeah, no. You want to date in Korea? Go. You want to date in Korea? Kiss, oppa. Hey, go. You see, open your eyes. He was initially, again, always very chill, very cute in the beginning. And by the end of the date, he thought that he would sleep at my place. Because like we went on the date, whatever, we came up to my place, which girlies don't do that. I was having a fun moment, but don't do that, okay? Listen to Auntie Esther. Auntie Esther's older, okay? I knew how to gauge the situation, but don't do that, okay? So yeah, came up to my place, we had some snacks, we played video games, nothing happened. But he thought because something was going to happen, he assumed he was going to stay the night and therefore didn't prepare for his transport back home. And he was basically like, well, I didn't bring money for a cab. And I was like, well, I mean, it's not midnight yet. You can still catch a subway home. And he was like, no, I live in a different city. And they'll do that. They'll pull that. I live in a different city. And like, I didn't prepare transport back because I just assumed we were going to have a good time and I could just stay the night. And I was like, oh, honey, baby child, no, you're not sleeping over. You're not sleeping over. And basically he didn't have cash. He didn't have cash to call a cab home. And what did I do? Because again, I wanted him out. I didn't want anything to happen. I ended up paying for his taxi home. And I paid for his taxi home and he was like, yeah, no. He was like, I'll pay you back, I promise. Like, we'll go for a nice dinner, nice cafe. But I was so, and like he did like bring it up the next time we chatted and stuff, but I was so put off by like how the night went that I was just like, no, I'm not seeing this guy again. But yeah, you'll get situations like that, weird situations. So are there any high hopes for dating in Korea as a Black woman? Yes and no, because I've seen there are definitely black women from several backgrounds, American, African, that are married to Korean men and they are thriving and they're doing well. But that has a lot to do with the mentality of the Korean husband or boyfriend. Usually they would have traveled, studied abroad. Usually they love their wife so much that yes, they're risking getting disowned pretty much from their family. Usually there was some sort of like, you know, drama or like disagreement with family members, whatever. They went through hellfire, some of them, not all. Some of them went through hellfire in order to like date or marry their current black significant other. So it isn't always a walk in the park. And like, for those that have been a walk in the park, that's fine. That's absolutely fine. It exists too. It's not all morbid. It's not all bad. It exists too. But I guess, yeah, that's the reality of it. But, you know, things are changing. That's the reality, I guess, from my perspective, okay? As a black girlie that has dated, that has been on a lot of dates in Seoul, South Korea. My advice is go in there with low expectations, have fun, figure out what your boundaries are, what you're willing to tolerate, what you're not willing to tolerate, what you're willing to teach and learn, what you're not willing to learn and teach, because it gets exhausting to teach people that are not black our culture, our way of thinking, living, why that thing he or she said was you know, improper or like problematic. Like, it gets tiring. But like, if you are going to live in a foreign country, you are faced with these things and you have to learn to navigate it graciously as possible. That's my advice. Have low expectations, have fun, go through life, go through things graciously, and things will happen. Magical things will happen. As long as you're a positive, cool vibe, you'll also attract positive, cool vibes and people. That's what I believe. So yeah, this video is so long, but yeah, have fun dating Korea. If you have any dating story times or like just comments, please, I want to know it all. Questions, I want to know it all. I don't think I'll ever do like explicit like dating stories. I did on my friend's channel. I will link that video in the description. Although she's a Spanish speaker and she did a lovely video on dating in Korea with like foreigner story times and experiences, expectations. I'll link it. It has English subtitles and I obviously speak in English in her video. So I give, I think one or two specific story times on that. But yeah, I'm not gonna do that because like I don't wanna rehash all of that. I hope you enjoyed this video and I'll see you in the next one. Goodbye.